From downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Hundreds of people lined Division Street in Spokane today as a part of the nationwide Hands Off protest. Thanks for being with us here on the special edition of 4 News Now. I'm Jordan Smith. More than 1,400 protests took place in all 50 states with the hopes of sending a message of opposition to President Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Here in the Inland Northwest, people demonstrated in Spokane, Sandpoint, and Coeur d'Alene, just to name a few. Check out this drone footage sent in by one viewer, and you can see some drivers on Division this afternoon getting stalled and experienced considerable slowdown in the area near Clark Park, where protesters gathered holding signs, waving flags, and demanding for what they say is a stop to the chaos. And they said that it looked like there was several hundred people there. Counter-protesters also seen at today's events, as were officers from the Spokane Police Department. They told us that there was no immediate threat at the rally, and the officers were there just out of precaution. As we mentioned, rallies like this held all across the country today, denouncing the president's actions on government downsizing, the economy, and human rights. Here's ABC's Jay O'Brien to break it all down from Washington tonight.
From Boston to Los Angeles, protesters taking to the streets, demonstrating against President Trump and his key advisor, billionaire Elon Musk. The so-called hands-off demonstrations, critical of the Trump administration's tariff policy, its firing of federal workers, deportations of migrants, and what opponents say is a scaling back of protections for transgender people.
The guy is completely out of control, and to see this country just melt down in such a quick and just a nauseating way, it's just crazy.
Thousands gathering along the National Mall in Washington, D.C.
The things that he's doing is not trying to make America better. He's ruining our infrastructure, like every department in our government.
The demonstrations coming on day one of President Trump's new 10% tariffs covering most goods entering the U.S. Trump adamant the move is necessary to bring jobs and manufacturing home. The president posting Saturday Americans should hang tough. It won't be easy, but the end result will be historic.
I think it's going very well. The markets are going to boom, the stock is going to boom, the country is going to boom.
The White House not commenting on the demonstrations, but the First Lady's office pushing planned spring garden tours back to Sunday as a precautionary measure due to the nearby protests. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
Jumping ahead to our first look at sports here, our very own Kirsten O'Connor had the honors of throwing out the first pitch today for the Spokane Indians. She went with the off-speed there, and I think, you know what, it's harder than it looks, but I like the curveball approach there.
Oh, I thought it was great.
I thought it was fantastic.
She pretty much made it over home plate, right?
That counts,
yeah.
Absolutely. And, you know, that's going to get a swinger like me to just go for it every time. Put it in the dirt.
I'm looking forward to yours, too. We've got a whole string of anchors and reporters heading out there for the first pitch.
Yes.
Anytime this season, really. It's scattered all over the place.
I'm pretty rattled from last year's. I bounced it super bad. So I've got to redeem myself this year. But Kirsten was there, hopefully to give the Indians some good luck tonight. But the Indians not really off to the start they were hoping for.
Well, they are hosting a very talented Everett Aqua Sox team that includes 4 top 10 prospects for the Seattle Mariners. So the reigning champs have had a tall task on their hands for opening weekend. Today it was all about the Mariners' first-round draft pick, who's actually a switch-handed pitcher. Herangelo Senka was going from left to right after each Spokane at-bat, not to mention throwing over 100 miles per hour. The Indians couldn't get anything going offensively compared to the Aqua Sox today. They dropped their second game of the season 8-0. The two teams pick things back up tomorrow at 1:05. Well, playoff hockey is in full swing over at the Spokane Arena, where the Chiefs are playing in Game 5 and a chance to advance to the next round. Here's the thing with Spokane. Addicted to the hat tricks right now in the playoffs. Shea Van Olm's third goal tonight marked the Chiefs' third hat trick of just this first round. They led the series 3-1 before tonight's game. And at last check, it looks like they're going to take the win tonight against the Giants. Don't want to jinx things, but the score is 8-4. They lead in the third period. So if that holds, this will be the first time Spokane makes it past the first round of the playoffs since the 2018 season.
Wow,
So
exciting.
things could be looking pretty good for Spokane. Some much needed firepower over there with those hat tricks.
The offense is like humming right now at the right time of the season, I would say.
This is the right time. So hat trick.
Speaking of hats, you need one tomorrow for the sun,
Man,
and then a hat for the rain on Monday. Thank you. Sorry to give you the bad news, but good news for tomorrow. Good Saturday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day so far. 54 right now, a warm day in the Spokane region. Now, here's the rub, is we keep on improving for the weekend, and then but at the time we get to Monday, it is getting kind of gross, and it's going to do that again. Now, the shower system out in the Pacific coming into the coast, that is going to stay at bay at least tomorrow. But as we get to late tomorrow night into early Monday, we expect heavy rain at times going into your Monday morning commute. Could see a 1/10 of an inch to a 1/4 of an inch of rain, so we're definitely keeping a close eye on that. Now, our evening planner, look at overnight. We're starting to get a little bit warmer. We were just right on the precipice of the freezing mark in our overnight lows last week. We're starting to get a regular up from that. We're in the upper 30s for overnight tonight. Plenty of clear skies and plenty of sunshine. And tomorrow is going to be the warmest day of the next 7 days. So get out if you can and enjoy yourself on your Sunday. It should be beautiful. And again, highs are going to be in the mid to upper 60s. Then we return to those mid-50s as we get into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And just in time for, well, Jordan to get back to work. It gets nice again on Thursday. So, everybody, so our countdown, tax day, don't forget, we got 10 days away from that. Easter is 2 weeks from tomorrow, and Bloomsday is 4 weeks from tomorrow. So a lot of spring activities coming up. I'll get you ready for that beautiful Sunday and that Monday coming up.
All right, Jason, we're looking forward to it. Thank you for that. Well, today someone was arrested for intentionally starting a fire in an apartment at the Agnes Kehoe building in Spokane. According to the Spokane Fire Department, crews were called out to a fire at the building a few weeks ago, back in March. And when they arrived, they found a fire burning inside of a bathroom of a second-story apartment. Most of the fire was contained by a sprinkler within the unit. The building was evacuated while firefighters worked to put out the rest of the flames and shut off the sprinkler system. SFD says the fire was intentionally started, and the person living in the unit was later arrested by Spokane police. In Olympia today, Washington senators unanimously approved a $7.3 billion capital budget plan. The budget plan now heads to the House of Representatives. If passed, budget writers from both the Senate and the House will meet to create a finalized plan for the budget. It allocates $1 billion for early learning and K-12 education programs. The Senate Republican caucus says that the budget also sets aside $770 million for a variety of housing programs. But this proposed budget would slash funding for the Becca bill, a piece of legislation designed to help protect children who are endangering themselves, meaning at-risk teens here in Spokane County could soon lose access to vital resources. Alexandra Cohen-Yards joins us in studio tonight to show us what this law does and what's at stake if funding is pulled.
The House approved cutting close to $14 million in grant funds that support the Becca bill. This piece of legislation addresses 3 different things. The first is truancy, which requires kids ages 8 to 18 to stay in school. Next is at-risk youth petitions, which allows parents to file with juvenile courts if they need help. And finally, there's CHIN, which stands for Children in Need of Services, letting kids file if parents aren't meeting their basic needs. Spokane County court leaders warn that these cuts could be detrimental for our community. In 1993, 13-year-old Rebecca Hedman was murdered while prostituting herself. Her body was dumped in the Spokane River. This tragedy led to the creation of the Becca bill.
Our legislature realized that there was a group of kids who were falling through the cracks.
Judge Rochelle Anderson is one of several who went before the House Appropriations Committee today to testify against HB 2044, which would make changes to the Becca bill by getting rid of requirements for schools to file truancy petitions, putting grant funding at risk.
Please fully fund Becca programming.
Teresa Tudesque, a concerned parent who testified in today's public hearing, shared her personal connection to this legislation.
I found Alex in his bedroom after he attempted suicide March 18th. He received and we received information and emotional support in the moment from all providers connected to this ARY.
This funding cut is one of many Washington lawmakers are considering to address the state's multi-billion-dollar budget deficit. Critics of the Becca bill warn that it has not always done what it intended to do. But Judge Anderson argues it is truancy that can be the lifesaver and keep our most vulnerable kids from falling through the cracks.
When you have kids that aren't coming to school, sometimes that's the first anybody notices that they're falling through the cracks. And so you have resources through our juvenile justice system that can reach out and help those kids.
On top of the safety of teens in our community, Judge Anderson warns these funding cuts would mean our juvenile court system in Spokane County could lose half of its staff. The House already passed its budget with these funding cuts on Tuesday. It will vote on the truancy requirements part on April 8th. In studio tonight, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
When we come back tonight, uncertainty surrounding President Trump's tariffs. The biggest question, how will this impact your wallet, especially if you've got a big purchase coming up, like a new car? A financial expert weighs in, coverage on that in just a few minutes. And a major legal challenge from our state as Washington sues the Trump administration over new election rules that could impact how you vote. Those details straight ahead.
Well, folks, what a beautiful day, and we are looking at more of the same tomorrow, but big changes on the way Monday morning. I'll get you ready for all of that. My first alert weather forecast coming up on 4 News Now. Stick with us on this Saturday evening.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Rodeo at the Spokane Arena, May 16th and 17th.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
2 minutes for checking to Berkeley County. Get your exclusive Spokane Chiefs debit card from Numerica today.
With Allegra, you can stop being sneezy without feeling sleepy. Get 0% brain interference for fast, non-drowsy allergy relief with Allegra. It's a no-brainer. See Disney Snow White, now playing. Rated PG.
Hot tub, hot tub, hot tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2025 inventory. Today and tomorrow. 2 locations, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2025 inventory. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. Come see the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center and Cooney County Fairgrounds. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Watch KXLY Plus over the air on KXLY ABC4. Live updates, breaking news, weather every 10 minutes from the 4 News Now team. Get up to date on the information you need in just an hour. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. over the air on KXLY ABC4.
With new vehicle prices on the rise and gas prices going up, now more than ever, the new Honda lineup at Findlay Honda Spokane is the smart decision to buy. Rated as a top 5 purchase from Consumer Reports last year, the Honda pricing for a new vehicle like this CRV, married with one of the best resale values and owner satisfaction, makes buying a Honda the best buy in today's market. So do your homework and come take a test drive at Findlay Honda Spokane, the smart place to buy.
Your home is more than a place, it's a feeling, a reflection of who you are. And at the Tin Roof, we believe furniture should do more than fill a room. It should inspire it. From timeless dining tables to sofas you can sink into and decor that tells your story, every piece is thoughtfully curated to make your space feel effortlessly you. Because it's not just furniture, it's where memories are made, where comfort lives, and where life happens. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
Welcome back. President Trump's tariffs upended markets this week among fears of a trade war and a possible recession. But one business that saw an uptick was recycled auto parts.
Yeah, I've already bought a few new stuff, and it's way more expensive. And if it gets more expensive, I'm definitely going to try to find everything I need here.
This salvage shop in Boise, Idaho has been in business for more than 2 decades now. The owner says he's seen an increase in customers looking to buy salvage parts. And these are used parts pulled from cars that have been wrecked or totaled by insurance companies. A lot of new parts are being produced in Mexico and Canada, which means they'll be subjected to tariffs next month. A 25% tariff on all foreign-made cars began on Thursday. Some are feeling uneasy about how this will impact their next big purchase. British car maker Jaguar Land Rover is pausing shipments to the U.S. for a month over President Trump's tariffs. A spokesperson for Jaguar Land Rover called the U.S. an important market, but the automaker says it's enacting the shipment pause in April as it, quote, addresses the new trading terms. According to the company, Jaguar Land Rover has over 200 dealerships here in the U.S. And with the uncertainty surrounding these tariffs, some are feeling a little uneasy on how it will impact their wallets, especially if they have a big purchase coming up. Financial analysts say that the strategy for saving for any type of purchase is the same, regardless of the economic situation. Know your own financial situation and your plan, and understand what you'll need to save to reach your economic goal.
Doing your homework ahead of time, understanding your budget, understanding how much you can afford, understanding you might need to be flexible with the kind of vehicle that you're getting.
And while sifting through your expenses can be a challenge, credit unions and other financial institutions typically have financial coaches who can help you work towards your economic goal, whether it's saving for groceries or a new car. Two states, Washington and Oregon, filed a joint lawsuit Friday against the Trump administration. They say an executive order interferes with their ability to run elections. Sebastian Robertson has more from Seattle.
Washington state is petitioning the courts to keep the federal government out of how state elections are run.
The order makes it harder to vote, erodes public confidence in our elections, and makes it more expensive for states to administer our systems.
Attorney General Nick Brown, flanked by the Secretary of State, called Trump's executive order signed last month at best unnecessary.
We will not let this attempt to assert control over our constitutional rights go unchecked.
Among a list of changes, the executive order requires ballots to be received by Election Day. Washington state has long championed vote by mail, and according to the Secretary of State, hundreds of thousands of votes are received after Election Day. Those votes are counted as long as the ballots are postmarked by Election Day.
Additionally, requiring documentary proof of citizenship to register to vote would harm many eligible voters, especially seniors, low-income people, and naturalized citizens.
The state GOP calls the lawsuit a baseless challenge.
Any reasonable person would like there to be election security, starting with voters providing voter ID. You got to show you're a citizen and legal to vote in order to vote. They are defending not doing that. So they have to inject a whole bunch of legal mumbo-jumbo into it to try to make it sound like it's a constitutional issue or a statutory issue.
This time, the state will not pursue a temporary restraining order. Hopeful the issue will be resolved in the courts before Election Day.
Still ahead here on 4 News Now. Historic flooding swallows homes in Arkansas as Spring River overflows its banks. We'll bring you the very latest recovery efforts as emergency crews struggle to reach those stranded, and more severe weather threatens millions across the central U.S. Plus, closer to home here tonight, volunteers from all over are coming to help out a community rebuild after devastating wildfires. That's coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When you get into a car accident, you may be wondering if you need a lawyer.
Well, if you were injured and it wasn't your fault, you should probably talk to an attorney.
Call Russell and Hill. The advice is free.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Looking to save on internet and mobile? Get the best of both with Xfinity. Because now you can get Xfinity Internet with unlimited mobile included for $25 a month for the first year. And unlock faster, secure Wi-Fi at home and on the go with Wi-Fi Power Boost. Plus, when you switch from Verizon or AT&T, save over $1,000 in your first year and get a free 5G phone. Switch today and save on internet and mobile. Only with Xfinity.
Just back is sore. Let's go! Ice. Hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot, just so back.
This super weekend, the Cal Cars Superstores are having a 48-hour power sale where all lifted and loaded trucks and sporty fun SUVs are getting specially priced to sell fast. Plus, $48 down is all you need. Our goal, sell 48 vehicles this Friday and Saturday. and all offers will be considered. At Cal Cars, we want you to like the deal and love your wheels.
Start living your life to the fullest by living simply in a tiny home from Portable Cedar Cabins. Less is truly more with all the amenities and comforts of a traditional home with a much smaller footprint. Each home is custom built and ready for you to move in and start enjoying the little things in life, including financial freedom. Homes from Portable Cedar Cabins are about half the price of the competition and about a quarter of the cost of a traditional home. Contact Portable Cedar Cabins today. Your worry-free tiny home is waiting for you just north of Spirit Lake, Idaho on Highway 41.
Good morning with Vocalax. Good morning. Yeah. Try Vocalax Chewy Fruit Bites for fast and gentle constipation relief in as little as 30 minutes, making your good morning even better with Vocalax.
When you get into a car accident, you may be wondering if you need a lawyer.
Well, if you were injured and it wasn't your fault, you should probably talk to an attorney.
Call Russell and Hill. The advice is free.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Tin Roof.
A sense of freedom on a bike, the air, the trail, being able to pick a line, get to the top of the hill and look back with pride. You made it.
Man, it was an awesome way to spend a day. Beautiful. Out in Odessa, Washington. Now, this is at the Desert 100 motorbike races. Our sports director, Jack Wallace, was out in the dust today, and he's giving us the full piece coming up later on in sports. It looks like just one of those events you've just got to be at least once.
Those
right?
are fun. And I love the name, the Stump Jumpers 100.
Jumpers. Yeah.
Looks like a good time. And you know what? If it's tomorrow as well, perfect conditions like that.
Going to carry over.
I just hope they don't carry over into Monday, Jordan. Changes are on the way. Good Saturday evening. What a day we have had. Our highs were in the upper 50s to lower 60s. Looking beautiful tonight. Should be mostly clear overnight. And the good news, we're kind of holding on to that heat in our overnight period. We were flirting with the freezing mark last week. It doesn't look like we're going to do that this week. So another nice weekend. Tomorrow is even hotter. Wet Monday again, cooling off again. Yes, it's a carbon copy almost from last weekend, where the most beautiful days of all of last week were Saturday and Sunday. We're getting that again. And then Monday, it just flips the script. So current temperatures, 54 right now, Spokane, 47 in Coeur d'Alene, 50 in Pullman, 57 for our friends in the Tri-Cities, and expect to see mid-60s for your highs tomorrow as we're just starting to warm up. But yes, look at this cliff. We go from Sunday to Monday, and we're going to stay almost in the mid-60s, at least through midweek, then a little bit of a bump on your Thursday, and then cooling back down into our next weekend. So we were hoping April was going to bring some warmth, but it's definitely not doing that so far. So taking a look at the northwest, you see some shower activity coming in from the coast for the peninsula and the Puget Sound area. That is not going to affect us right away. So here's what we're looking at on our forecast. You can see our timestamp up top. So as we get into tomorrow morning, it is going to be clear and beautiful. Hopefully you can get out and enjoy it. And then it's just going to continue to be nice for your Sunday. But yes, we have this massive wall of water coming on in. During this shower activity, we do expect to see 1/4 of an inch to a 1/10 of an inch of rain. So could be heavy at times. And again, this is going to bother your morning commute. Kind of almost get out of here by the time we get to the early afternoon, and then just spotty showers into your Tuesday. We could even see a little bit of thunder and lightning, so we'll keep an eye on that. But almost guaranteed Monday showers, and then just diminishing returns for rain as we move along. So winds, not much of a factor today. They will not be again tomorrow. So my goodness, sunshine, light winds, just perfect conditions. Our overnight lows tonight, as I said, we still have a few areas that are flirting with the freezing mark. In Colville, you're at 28. Other than that, we're pretty well above it. We're going to continue to see that as we move along in our week. So again, we've been flirting with that freezing mark, but we're not going to at this point. So as we move along in our weekend, 67 tomorrow, then the showers come on Monday. Again, maybe a little bit of thunder and lightning on your Tuesday. And then, folks, we're just going to see partly cloudy skies, maybe just a hint of rain here and there. Our highs, mid-50s through Wednesday, just a bit of a bump on Thursday. But again, one thing that we can see that we are making ground on is our overnight lows. So folks, if you enjoyed today, you're going to love tomorrow, and then you're just not going to like Monday so much.
Yeah, no, tomorrow's the day for the tea time, Jason. Well, Spokane County Fire District 8 is asking its voters to approve an increase to their EMS levy in the April special elections. That means if you own a home valued at $750,000, for example, you'd pay $375 a year, which is about a $157 increase to what you're currently paying on the current levy. Spokane County Fire District 8 serves South Spokane County and says over 80% of its calls for service are for medical needs. The fire chief said over 80% of its calls are for medical services. In fact, during our interview, firefighters received a medical call and had to rush out of the station. This money would pay for 2 additional firefighter paramedics to help them better respond to these needs.
So having that paramedic capability in this urban and even suburban rural area in a timely manner is life-saving.
The money will also help pay the district to replace old life-saving equipment. Well, the sounds of construction never sounded so good. Since June, volunteers from all over the map have been working to build new homes for the most vulnerable families who lost everything in the Gray and Oregon Road fires. Families with no insurance and little savings to lean on. A revolving door of volunteers from Canada, Oregon, Iowa, and so many other places across the map. They've come to Elk and Medical Lake to help put these homes together. Each house build features 2 bedrooms and brand new appliances for when those families move in. Volunteers tell us they're working to give these families who have survived an unimaginable 18-month stretch something to be excited about.
Hear their story of their escape from the fire and what's left, and we're trying to give them hope to get back into a normal life.
Medical Lake Mayor Terry Cooper toured the homes as well, and she says these homes should be ready to go by the end of June. Coming up here, the public restrooms in Spokane parks are getting ready to be open for the season, but they'll need a thorough cleaning before they're ready for use. Cracked tiles, broken doors, and outdated plumbing. Spokane's park bathrooms are in pretty rough shape, but a new levy could change that. See how the Together Spokane plan promises safer, cleaner restrooms for every park. And rooftops are barely visible above raging floodwaters in Hardy, Arkansas. Why officials say community members' lives are changed forever while storms continue to batter communities across multiple states.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
When it comes to windows and doors, you deserve more than just vinyl. Vinyl may look good at first, but it can wear down, crack, and fail to provide lasting quality. That's why Renewal by Andersen offers Fibrex high-performance windows. Fibrex won't crack, hit, corrode, or rot, and is 12 times thicker than painted vinyl finish. So when the other guy's deal seems too good to be true, ask yourself, is it really a deal? Cheap materials and rushed work can lead to headaches down the road. Instead, choose Renewal by Andersen. With over 1 million homeowners recommending us and the most 5-star reviews, you can trust you're choosing the best. We offer free inspections, virtual design previews, and expert installation, guiding you every step of the way. And with the best warranty in the business, you're covered long after installation. Your home is more than just 4 walls. It's where memories are made and the moments that matter happen. So choose Renewal by Andersen, the brand you can trust. Take advantage of our special financing. Schedule a free consultation today.
ABC's World News Tonight at 4 News Now, when the local story is national news.
When national stories hit home, watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
The DQ Freezer is opening again to bring back our most wished-for Blizzard flavor.
Freezer clear?
Just in time for our 85th birthday.
I wonder what it's gonna be. I wish that it... You can't say a wish out loud. It won't come true.
The Confetti Cake Blizzard Treat is back, filled with confetti cake pieces and confetti frosting. All that's missing is a candle.
This is what I wish for.
Don't be late to the party. Grab yours before the DQ Freezer closes.
Weeknights on MeTV. It's funny that's memorable.
Keep it up, you'll make Mount Rushmore.
And monumental.
Seeing that monument up against the majesty of that purple mountain, that's what it's all about.
Watch MeTV over the air on KXLY 4.2.
What happens when one of the most famous dunkers of all time goes to the greatest lobster fest of all time?
I make Red Lobster famous.
No, Blake. Dunking happens.
Yeah, you're right.
Create your own lobster lover's dream with 2 or 3 choices on one plate at Red Lobster.
Coats for Kids Closet Cleanout is brought to you by 4 News Now and STCU.
Powerful storms have triggered a historic and catastrophic flooding across the middle of the U.S. You're looking at drone video of a flooded Missouri. Cars, homes, and buildings all underwater. The wild weather has killed at least 16 people across multiple states, and these storms aren't over yet. Multiple states are under weather alerts through Sunday, and we're going to send things to CNN's Michael Yoshida in Hardy, Arkansas, with the details on this catastrophic flooding.
A series of strong storms triggering historic flooding across the central U.S. This in Hardy, Arkansas, a small town in the northern part of the state just below the Missouri state line, where water from the Spring River has swarmed the area.
We're just getting a lot of water right now. This affects a lot of people. This has changed a lot of people's lives.
Many homes surrounded by water. In some structures, all you can see are the roofs. The Spring River, which flows through Hardy, Arkansas, is supposed to be between the trees on those banks and these trees. As you can see, though, the water's flooding out over the banks, taking over this entire park. You can see debris throughout, buildings with water right up to the roofs. The water also overtaking nearby train tracks, a historic flooding event for this town. The rushing water has made it tricky for emergency crews to rescue people stranded.
We got to the point where it was too dangerous to put a boat in the river.
Further south in Lake City, Arkansas, a tornado causing catastrophic damage, cars mangled in trees, and many homes destroyed.
So it was like we couldn't do anything, and we had to leave it behind, and we're just like, we're trying, and today hopefully we can get, if not all of it done, the actual things that we need. You know, hopefully it's salvageable.
More extreme weather is on the way. Millions of people from northern Texas up to Pennsylvania could see excessive rainfall and severe storms through Sunday. In Hardy, Arkansas, I'm Michael Yoshida.
Still ahead here tonight, this week's Air 4 Adventure. We'll show you a bird's eye view of the perfect place to spend outdoors this weekend near Spokane. It's time to get away from it all and go for a hike on the rocks of Sharon. Don't go anywhere.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Floor & Home, we know nothing brings people together like sharing a great meal. That's why we partnered with Generational Live to fight hunger here in Spokane by donating a portion of our sales. Love the home and community you live in.
We are Grocery Outlet, and we are your Bargain Bliss Market. What's Bargain Bliss? You know that feeling you get when you find the name brands you know and love, but for way, way less? That's Bargain Bliss. Everyone's favorite sale is back. The 20% off wine sale is on now through April 8th. We have hundreds of wines to choose from at prices so low you won't believe it. And every single bottle is 20% off. Stock up now before April 8th.
Grocery Outlet, Bargain Market.
Hot Tubs. Hot Tub. Hot Tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2025 inventory. Today and tomorrow. 2 locations, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2025 inventory. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. Come see the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center and Cooney County Fairgrounds. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
With Allegra, you can stop being sneezy without feeling sleepy. Get 0% brain interference for fast, non-drowsy allergy relief with Allegra. It's a no-brainer. See Disney Snow White, now playing. Rated PG.
You would never go years without changing your oil. Did you know not maintaining your water heater can cause serious issues? Sediment can reduce efficiency, causing higher energy bills, leaks, and water heater failure. Sediment also causes bacteria that impacts water quality. An annual flush is the best defense against costly damage to your home, health, and wallet. Right now, Gold Seal Plumbing is offering an $89 water heater flush to keep your home and family safe and worry-free. So call Gold Seal Plumbing today. We're on our way.
Watch Judy Justice weekdays at 3 on KXLY ABC4.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice is brought to you by Russell and Hill. Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Call 1-800-LAW-0842.
At Floor & Home, we know nothing brings people together like sharing a great meal. That's why we partnered with Generational Live to fight hunger here in Spokane by donating a portion of our sales. Love the home and community you live in.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Thanks so much for staying up with us here on the special edition of 4 News Now. It was a beautiful day in the Inland Northwest, and tomorrow is looking to be the same, but you better get out and enjoy the sunny weather while you can, Jason.
Yes, tomorrow, mid to upper 60s.
That's pretty awesome.
Warmest day by far of the next 7, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Good Saturday evening, Jordan. Good Saturday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day so far. Even better conditions tomorrow. Very nice conditions right now. We are mostly clear, and we are warm comparatively for this time of year as we're moving into the evening hours. Now, shower activity way off on the Pacific. We do not need to worry about that band today. Tomorrow until very late or into your Monday morning, because we have quite a bit of shower activity coming in. Could be heavy at times. It's definitely, or very good chance, going to be hitting you as you head into your commute on Monday morning. So we'll get to that in my full forecast, so just be aware. But our evening planner, look at this. We have mostly clear skies to partly cloudy skies into tomorrow, and tomorrow morning is going to be spectacular, and we're going to warm up quite nicely. It looks like around 67 for the Spokane region, so mid-60s for most of our cities. Overnight, we are going to be above that freezing level, and comfortably so for the Spokane region. Colville is the one outlier, which will be below the freezing mark, so bundle up there. But we are seeing an overall trend of warmer temperatures in our overnight period. So, a few things to look forward to. Well, I don't know if we're looking forward to tax day, but do know it is 10 days away. Easter, 2 weeks from tomorrow. In Bloomsday, 4 weeks from tomorrow. So, folks, let me get you ready for a spectacular Sunday, and I'll give you the specifics on those showers coming on Monday. That's my full forecast that's coming up.
Well, we are talking toilets, specifically the public restrooms at parks across Spokane, like that one at Harmon Park in northeast Spokane. And even though the weather is warming up, it's still locked for the season, while the Parks Department crews clean up the mess left behind. Vandalism in these restrooms leaves the department on the hook for thousands of dollars worth of repairs. Upgrading these bathrooms is just one of the many projects that would be funded by the department's $240 million levy. It's one of 2 ballot measures included in the Together Spokane plan, a joint effort between Parks and Recreation and Spokane Public Schools. Today, our Mary Sheridan took a look at what current conditions are like and why people want them to change.
So this whole park, Harmon Parks, as far as the Together Spokane and the Parks Levy, gets fully renovated.
Harmon Park could be getting a makeover soon, and some would say that it's about time.
You're going to see better maintained restrooms. The infrastructure is going to be improved in a more inviting environment.
We have people come to the park, they peer in there and think, I don't know if I want to go in there.
And for the last few months, that hasn't even been an option because the bathrooms were locked during the winter. But Carl Strong, the park operations assistant director, said that doesn't always stop the vandalism.
You'll see trash, broken bottles. If you peek inside, you'll see needles, foil from fentanyl use. All of it happens in our bathrooms.
This is why improving public restrooms in Spokane parks remains one of the community's top concerns, according to previous outreach surveys.
I'm a parent, I'm a grandparent. I want to bring my children to the park. Other parents want to bring their children to the park. The first thing you want to know is there a restroom?
A design team is evaluating which bathrooms need to be renovated versus replaced should the $240 million parks levy pass in November.
We have some restrooms in our park system, but we don't have sidewalks. We don't have pathways that go to our restroom facilities. We need to increase that accessibility.
Visibility is a major priority for this new bathroom project. The goal is that parents feel safe letting their kids use the bathroom on their own because they can easily keep an eye on them from a nearby park bench. As for keeping the restrooms clean, the levy would increase the maintenance staff by 50%. This would give the Parks Department the capacity to clean some locations twice in one day, which Strong says can be necessary during peak season. Reporting in Spokane, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
Groff Elementary in Moses Lake will stay closed for the 2025-2026 school year because of a number of issues with the building. The school district is planning to sue Fowler Construction for breaching its contract while building the school. The district says there are issues with the building's electrical system, mechanical systems, structural issues, and problems with the roof.
Since we've identified the concerns related to the school's construction, we've engaged in a really extensive consultation with forensic building experts and contractors and legal counsel so we could understand the scope of what we're facing.
The district superintendent is optimistic the school will reopen for the 2026-27 school year. What a better way to spend a sunny April day than high-flying dirt bike racing. We'll find out just how big the Desert 100 is out in Odessa, Washington. That's coming up after the break in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Ready for action? It's No Holds Barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, April 10th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Are you struggling to get through the day? Are you experiencing chronic pain, burning, numbness, and tingling in your hands or feet? Pay attention, because you are probably experiencing peripheral neuropathy. The most common symptoms are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, and problems with balance. Neuropathy is treatable, and our office can help. It's time to get real results. Pick up your phone and call us right now. If you're one of the first 25 callers, you'll receive a free nerve damage screening. This nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious nerve damage and if you're qualified for our cutting-edge treatment program to stop the nerve damage. Don't wait until it's too late and your symptoms get so bad that you lose your freedom and are restricted to a wheelchair, walker, or need amputation. Call now to be one of the first 25 callers to receive a free nerve damage screening. Hurry, call now to find out if you qualify for our free nerve damage screening and see how we can change your life. It's time to feel better. Call today.
It's time to keep those New Year's resolutions going at Move Fitness.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? This is your moment. Are you ready for this?
This year, join the gym that can help you reach your goals at Move Fitness.
Are you ready for this?
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Toyota.
The Stump Jumpers Desert 100 is one of the largest motor sports events in the country. Thousands of dirt bike racers gather in dusty Odessa, Washington for thrill-seeking. Our sports director, Jack Wallace, was out in the desert today with how much this massive event means for these bikers.
An oasis sprung from the central Washington desert is the best way to describe the Stunt Jumpers Desert 100, where over 1,000 bikers gather here this weekend to do what they do best, ride.
A sense of freedom on a bike, the air, the trail, being able to pick a line, get to the top of the hill and look back with pride. You made it.
Since 1967, Desert 100 has welcomed thousands of men, women, and even children racers to Odessa, Washington to drive through the dust in early April. Camp director Steve Bentley took me on a ride around the massive camp with hundreds of RVs parked all across the brush.
They all come in by themselves
Some of the ones that wait in line for 2 days will take caution tape, and they'll cordon off an area for when their friends and riding buddies show off. Some of them have cordoned off like almost a football field.
And now we arrive at Vendor Row.
It's a city that almost anything you need to race or ride is going to be here.
On the row, we meet Dave Sheets, the mechanic, a vital part of the event.
Love dirt bikes, like to mess with them, and actually, honestly, when I first started doing it, I just wanted to do my own suspension so I could get it done for free. So now it's like, it's a hobby turned into a monster.
Dave helps fix the bikes up to get back on the courses, something the riders will certainly appreciate to get back to the most valuable time they can.
This is a big family event for us. We've got 3-4 generations that have hit this. This year we're a little smaller in numbers, but we like to be here every year.
Organizing an event this huge is not a one-man job, and Brett Deffenbaugh leads the charge for Desert 100 in his first of 2 years as director.
Well, I came to race the event before I had any idea what I was getting into, and I was able to finish. And then I came back the next year and did it again, and I wanted to get more involved, so I actually joined the Dirt Bike Club. We do rides a lot, and I have made some of the best friends that I've ever had.
And don't worry, Mom and Dad, I'm not nearly brave enough to be out here racing anytime soon, but these bold bikers sure will be tomorrow morning when they take on the 100-mile track in the Desert 100 main event. Reporting in Odessa, Jack Wallace, 4 News Now Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Floor & Home, we know nothing brings people together like sharing a great meal. That's why we partnered with Generational Life to fight hunger here in Spokane by donating a portion of our sales. Love the home and community you live in.
What happens when one of the most famous dunkers of all time goes to the greatest lobster fest of all time?
I make Red Lobster famous.
No, Blake. Dunking happens.
Yeah, you're right.
Create your own lobster lover's dream with 2 or 3 choices on one plate at Red Lobster.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
TurboTax Free Edition. 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. I can file for free.
Now this is taxes. File for free with TurboTax Free Edition.
At Northern Quest, it's easy to get distracted with over 1,500 slot machines, including 392 different slot titles, all competing for your attention. A sexy Roman god here, a magical owl wizard there. Whatever's going on here. It can be a little overwhelming until you realize our slot machines pay out $167 million in annual jackpots. You're not so distracted now, are you? Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
This super weekend, the CalCars Superstores are having a 48-hour power sale where all lifted and loaded trucks and sporty fun SUVs are getting specially priced to sell fast. Plus, $48 down is all you need. Our goal, sell 48 vehicles this Friday and Saturday, and all offers will be considered. At CalCars, we want you to like the deal and love your wheels.
At Floor & Home, we know nothing brings people together like sharing a great meal. That's why we partnered with Generational Life to fight hunger here in Spokane by donating a portion of our sales. Love the home and community you live in.
Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
Welcome back. The sun is out here in this amazing weekend, so maybe it's time to finally get away from it all. Go for a nice hike, and we've got the perfect place to check out in tonight's Air 4 adventure. It's close to Spokane, and the view, you'll just have to see it for yourself in tonight's Air 4 adventure.
We're at Stevens Creek. It's actually called Stevens Creek Trailhead, but it's the Rocks of Sharon is really where we're going. Several trails merge just south of Spokane Valley, in the Dishman Hills. Beautiful place. 2013, I had knee replacements, 2 knees replaced, and later a hip. And the doctor told me that sports weren't good, so I started hiking the day after they released me from physical therapy. And I thought, well, let's keep up with these. And here I am, 12, 13 years later. Didn't really think about it until the end of last year that, wow, I'm approaching 1,000 hikes. 968. I've been a pastor for almost half a century, 48 years. And where this all started actually was my real concern for people. Mental health has become a real issue, and drug abuse in families is really the biggest issue behind that. And so I wanted to find ways to help people that are hurting in those ways. And so we started a ministry called Heart to Heart, where we have a transition house for men coming out of drugs, alcohol, prison. And I started sauntering with God to get people on trails, get them out of the city, get them, where I can get them out on a trail, and we can sit in God's creation and just kind of let them unwind and unpack. What I like about this hike is it's not very long. It's 1 or 2 miles round trip. I love going up there on the rocks. And but this trail is great because it's short. It's 500 feet elevation gain, and the views are just knockout. Viewing the Palouse from up there is just gorgeous.
Wow, those views really do look amazing. And it just looked like there's a lot of space. You might be able to bring the dog out there, just get some exercise.
Kind of some elbow room.
Yeah, and it's just 2 miles. You can make that work in a morning hike.
And Rocks of Sharon. That sounds like it's in Scotland or something.
Yes, it does. That's what I said. It sounded like it was out of a movie. So that looks beautiful to check out. So
Airfort gives me another place to check out.
And you can do it tomorrow for some amazing weather, right?
For some amazing weather. Or if you love rain, go on Monday.
Right.
All right, good Saturday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day so far. Beautiful evening is ahead. Clear skies in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene areas, and that is going to continue into your Sunday, but changes are on the way. So another nice weekend, almost a carbon copy of what we saw last weekend, where Saturday and Sunday were by far the best days of the week. Tomorrow is going to be hotter. Wet Monday again and cooling off again. Yes, we're just kind of in a groove where we really improve for the weekend. And then by Monday morning for your commute, it starts to, well, turn very wet. And it's going to be very wet. At least it looks that way so far. Again, 52 right now in Spokane, 49 in Ritzville. Just a beautiful evening, plenty of clear skies. Now look at the high temperature trends. We are going to drop off a cliff from tomorrow. Again, tomorrow, beautiful, 67, down to 56, mid-50s through Wednesday. Then a little bit of a blip on Thursday, but still, we were hoping as we got into April, we were going to see some sort of heat surge, but we're definitely not seeing it, at least yet. Of course, we'll see it eventually. So shower activity off in the Pacific. Don't have to worry about that tomorrow, but then we're going to have to definitely worry about it as we get to early on Monday. Let's take a look at our forecast radar. You can see the timestamp up top by the title. As we head into tomorrow morning, just gorgeous. Woo. It is going to be very nice, and we're a little bit warmer than we have been in our morning hours, so it shouldn't be too bad in the morning. Still upper 30s, lower 40s, but still quite nice. And as we move along, you can see the looming showers comes into our area late tomorrow night around 11 p.m. to midnight, and then that mass is going to come right through, expected. 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of rain with this. Then it'll move on, kind of stick with us a bit into the afternoon, and then just scattered showers. We could see a little bit of electricity in that Monday evening and into Tuesday. So just be ready for more shower activity on the way. Very good chance of it, almost certain for Monday, and then just starts to trail off and looks to be dry, at least for Thursday and Friday. So winds have not been a factor today. They aren't expected to be one tomorrow. So just kind of sit back and enjoy the beauty. Overnight lows, again, we are above the freezing level for most of our regions except for Colville. So 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, 67, beautiful. Monday, not so much, not as beautiful. And then looks like we're going to just be staying cool, 55 for our next Saturday with maybe a little bit of shower activity. So bask in the sunshine tomorrow if you can, mid to upper 60s. We definitely have that shower system coming in very early Monday. Again, it will affect your commute, but don't let that get in your way of Sunday fun.
Yeah, definitely lean into tomorrow's temperatures.
Yes.
Jason, thanks for that. Gray wolf pack numbers are growing here in Washington, even though the overall wolf count is down. According to the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, 2024 was the first year since 2008 where the overall wolf population declined in the state. Despite these numbers, wolf biologists say they don't believe that wolf recovery is threatened at this time. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife said it will continue to work with farmers to find solutions that protected both the cattle and the wolves as much as possible. Stay with us. 4 News Now. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, June 3rd through 7th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Just back is sore. Let's go! Ice hot. Icy Hot, also available at Icy Hot Pro with 2 max strength pain relievers.
When it comes to windows and doors, you deserve more than just vinyl. Vinyl may look good at first, but it can wear down, crack, and fail to provide lasting quality. That's why Renewal by Andersen offers Fibrex high-performance windows. Fibrex won't crack, hit, corrode, or rot, and is 12 times thicker than painted vinyl finish. So when the other guy's deal seems too good to be true, ask yourself, is it really a deal? Cheap materials and rushed work can lead to headaches down the road. Instead, choose Renewal by Andersen. With over 1 million homeowners recommending us and the most 5-star reviews, you can trust you're choosing the best. We offer free inspections, virtual design previews, and expert installation, guiding you every step of the way. And with the best warranty in the business, you're covered long after installation. Your home is more than just 4 walls. It's where memories are made and the moments that matter happen. So choose Renewal by Andersen, the brand you can trust. Take advantage of our special financing. Schedule a free consultation today.
We are Grocery Outlet and we are your Bargain Bliss Market. What's Bargain Bliss? You know that feeling you get when you find the name brands you know and love, but for way, way less? That's Bargain Bliss. Everyone's favorite sale is back. The 20% off wine sale is on now through April 8th. We have hundreds of wines to choose from at prices so low you won't believe it. And every single bottle is 20% off. Stock up now before April 8th.
Grocery Outlet, Bargain Market.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, June 3rd through 7th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
All right, folks, I've been hyping it all day. Look at that Sunday planner. Plenty of sunshine, highs in the mid-60s, light winds. My goodness, just get outside. I might do a little yard work.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect time to do that. And maybe put some fertilizer because, well, we got those showers coming on Monday. Perfect time to do that. But do get ready for mid-50s starting Monday with wet conditions. So just sink it all in tomorrow.
You know what looks even better than tomorrow's temperatures?
What's that?
This deep dish pizza
baby.
we're about to show you. Check this out. It's National Deep Dish Pizza Day. This was invented in the amazing city of Chicago, 1943, and it caught on at Uno's, and it grew into a big national chain. And look, I could skip all the details because we got to know what's the best place to get deep. Are you a big deep dish fan, Jason?
I consider it an open face calzone.
Yes.
I'd rather get a calzone. It's just too much for me.
It is. You know what? I've been looking all over Spokane, so if there's a good deep dish
it's
place,
delicious, though.
It's amazing. Yeah. Send us your recommendations.